another episode of Afro SheepDog. Today, we are going to be exploring the thoughts of our bread and Lord, Abin Preach, two very well known YouTubers. I've kept up with them for a very long time, big fan of theirs, um, both in terms of their positive and negative takes. I appreciate their ability to be candid, but I also appreciate their ability to make sure that even if they are wrong, they own up to it. And I think that's something that's very, very important, rarely seen in the YouTube community in terms of actual and honest, uh, actual and honest feedback, actual and honest feedback in terms of negative criticism. So here we go.
Just Pearly Things. What do you think
I want to think about what?
about her getting in trouble?
It was bound to happen.
Okay, if you aren't aware,
What's bound
Just
to
Pearly Things, the lady who's 26, unmarried, single, career driven, and constantly tries to educate women on how to be submissive and married by 25.
I'm gonna be honest. One, I didn't know she was that old. That's interesting. I always thought she always gave me like this 23, 22-year old who has life figured out and is probably gonna end up married before 25, but she's just doing her work right now. Uh, I do appreciate some of what she says. I'd be lying if I didn't. I'm a traditional man myself. I mean, I'm African born and raised. But at the same time, let's see.
Has gotten in trouble recently. Not for not taking her own advice and being the opposite of whatever the fuck she preaches, but more so for having Nick Fuentes, who's a white supremacist,
anti-Semite.
on her platform. And basically, when she invited him on the platform for an interview, she didn't push back against any of the stuff that she said. Basically, was co-signing him.
I just like to say, when you come on, Pearly Things, yeah? All right? We've got best smoke for you. And where you now?
Listen, you've sat down and you've ate off just pearly things by tagging us, yeah? And your production is not our production. Our production is big out here. You get me? I got bare smoke for you lot, bro. Both of you lot. I got smoke for Abba and Preach, bro.
You ain't saying shit now, right?
I'm pretty sure this dude's unemployed now.
You ain't saying shit now.
Yeah.
If you come in, cause
She fired his ass.
when you come for Pearly Thing, where you now? Where's the smoke? Where's your cigar? Where's your cigarette? Where is it? Because when you come from one of us, yeah. And what about when people come from one of y'all? What's she gonna do? Nothing.
Listen, I'll say this about Pearl.
Fuck out of here, clown.
I think it's wild that people have an issue with her right now when she's made her entire career on clowning black women.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now that she said something about black people as a whole, y'all got an issue. But when she was clowning black, I remember this girl used to have videos back in the day. She used to hit me up all the time. I never really responded much. She used to hit us up and she's like, oh, I want to interview you guys. You know, I got one of the fastest growing podcasts in the world. This is like when she had like 100K subs. And she had this video. She's like, look at this video. It's going viral. And it was her talking to this black woman telling her how ridiculous she is. And on the face of it, it's like, all right, whatever. It's fine. But when I started seeing her try to do the new come up where she transitioned from what she used to be, which was before her videos were like, whitest girl in the world reacts to new rap song. Whitest girl in the world reacts to ABBA and Preach. I'm like, okay, this racial dynamic that she keeps playing into is corny and cringe as fuck.
That's
but
what
she
she does.
saw it as a marketing ploy. That was her in to get in, right? She then transitioned to the next step, which is like, oh, I see what Kevin Samuels and some of these other red pills are doing. Let me try to emulate that. So she inserted herself and she was just talking. And I was like, y'all don't find it fucking weird that a white woman who grew up in a extremely wealthy, in some rural part of America, okay?
So I'm gonna show you the front of the house. So I wish I could like be in these videos, but I could not find a sibling that felt like
is making her career giving marriage and life advice as some young 22, 23-year-old to older black women. I'm like, you ain't got any Asian, Latinos, white women to critique. No, black women. So
Yo, that is, I'm guilty of this because I didn't. Excuse me, that's nasty. I didn't do much research when she first came out in terms of just trying to see, okay, who is she, what is the credibility behind her, et cetera, et cetera. I didn't do much research into that. And looking back now, I was, I'm just as guilty as all of us. I'm just as guilty. I didn't even know she was one. She came from that sort of a background. I thought, okay, she had middle class background, but a 10 bedroom house, my guy. But let's see.
So I was already looking at her a little bit weird, and she invited me a bunch of times. I never wanted to go on. Fucking dweeb. This girl was corny to me. Do I think she's a grifter? Absolutely. Yeah, I do. I don't think she believes half the stuff that she says that comes out of her mouth. Her friends, her family have already come out and said stuff against her, and she's made up certain aspects of her life. But more importantly, I don't know, you just see the switch up that she's done over the last 2 years, and it's been fascinating to see the kind of title she had before, content she's making, to what she's making now. I just don't buy it. I never did. At the end of the day, do I think she's some kind of race supremacist? No, I don't. I think she's just somebody who wants to make money. And her capitalistic mindset made her realize that black men will support a woman who echoes what they think,
Facts.
especially if she doesn't look like them.
Facts.
And so they threw money at her. Truth is, she's a goofy broad who found a way into the community and was able to make a lot of money off you guys. And she will continue because a lot of dudes are more concerned with getting back at women or showing them up than they are with actually getting to the truth of any situation.
This is critical, what he just said. Not just for Pearly Things, but really for the entire space that she occupies, right? This um theoretically conservative, traditional, I hate the word red pill, but red pill type vibe, right? We are very, very guilty of ascribing to things because they sound like the echo chambers that we're in, right? And taking it a step further, it's more so this need to get back at women for all the times that they have used our money and they have made us feel like this, or and all of this is playing into whatever thing you think is a shadowy thing you think is back there. There is a division that's going on, and all of this is played into it. And all these different kinds of content, they don't they don't teach you how to actually get more along with each other. It's actually teaching you how to sharpen your knives in a weird way. Where you think about Fresh and Fit and what they do, they've really taught men not to be scared of women, but to approach women with this level of like, we're approaching you for battle, you know? And that's not how you build a confident man. You build a confident man by teaching him who he is. Admittedly, they do a little bit of that. But you also do by teaching the other side more about these men. And not in these combative ways, not in these ways that pit us against each other, but in trying to shed more light on what actually keeps us more together. What's going to help us work more towards each other? When you think about traditional versus modern, etc., why are we not having discussions around specifically what about a traditional relationship or traditional setting actually helps it work well? Extrapolate that. But also within the modern setting, what about the modern certain setting works well for this? Extrapolate that. We can take the best of both worlds. We don't have to create this division. We can take the best of both worlds and apply it and become this new type of generation, this new type of relationship, right? Where I have no problem washing dishes. I have no problem washing dishes as long as my girl knows that it's a decision I took on my own, and I do it because she appreciates it, and so I know that she appreciates it. But I'm also the breadwinner in this house. I pay all the bills, right? I take care of my woman. I take care of my house. I take care of my dogs. I make my 6 figure plus income, and I keep it pushing. I run my multiple businesses, right? But at the same time, when I get back home and I'm tired, but I see that my girl's tired, and I want to do something sweet for her, I have no problem just getting up and washing the dishes real quick. She's probably gonna go in and go fold the laundry, right? Or she'll make us dinner. But yes, in the new world, we have to find common ground. We have to find a place where we can have these discussions blending the best of both worlds. And we can't keep allowing these foreign actors. I'm not calling Pearly Things a foreign actor. She can be whatever the hell she wants to be, right? But we can't keep allowing these foreign actors come in and just sell us a dream based on what they see is selling to them. That is the definition of consumerism. selling you a dream, selling you an idea based on what they see that you like. Finish. No, we can't do that. That's how we got the president that we have. That's how we got the vice president that we have. That's how we've gotten all the nonsense that's happened to us as a culture over the last few years. It is, we are so blatant in chasing our wants. We are so blatant in chasing our cravings. We're so blatant in chasing things that are not long lasting, right? And these people will cater to it. They'll give you. So as we get better as men, as we get better as members of society, as productive members of society, we can't keep allowing the division to happen. The only way for us to save this country, therein save culture as a whole globally, is by finding ways to eliminate all these different silos that have been created. And by not letting these fucking actors in. I'm kind of disappointed at myself because I actually liked a lot of what she's saying. And it doesn't change the things I like about her. But I'm happy knowing who she is and where is the information coming from. And why does she have the right to tell me what she's telling me? And is she applying that in her own life? I'm happy knowing that now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.